Hey, everybody. It's been a while. I uploaded a video yesterday. I actually don't know if it's uploaded all the way. Um, I'm gonna do a quick half-assed face just because I have to go to work. Um, and I feel like there's again so many things that I want to talk about and that I want to say, but it's not gonna make any sense without some background story. And background story right now is just not what I feel like doing. So let's start off with the simple fact how much do you really appreciate your friends? Like the people that you have had consistent friendships with your entire adult life or however long you've known them. What do you feel are the best qualities in a best friend? Does it vary person by person because everybody has their different strengths and their different weaknesses? Or does the qualification of a best friend just kind of map itself out and it's all just one category? Because I feel like if it's all just one category, one thing, I'm probably failing in some of those. And if you don't know by now, the primer that I just put on, I like to call it my jizz primer. Because it's like watery, but it's not because it's kind of thick. You just rub it into your skin. You can do it with this, or you can do it with actual jizz. Just rub it into your face, make your face feel smoother. Look younger, take some years off your life. Or off your face, not your life. That's not what we're trying to do here. That's definitely not what we're trying to do here. But that being said, I struggle a lot with the fact of I am such an introvert sometimes that I just stop talking to people. I stop doing my makeup. I stop interacting. I just completely shut myself down. And I've realized that when I start shutting myself down and shutting myself off of people, it's just me preparing for some mental just breakdown. And I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to come because it usually happens, once every 2 to 3 weeks, right? I know my schedule. I know my body. And this is the Wander Beauty Glow Head Illuminating Face Oil. I use both of these together. I actually don't know why, but I like it. It gives my face a nice little glow. This is my sparkly jizz. This is unicorn jizz. That's what this is. Unicorn jizz on my face. I feel like a unicorn. But I have been dealing with a lot of personal things. I feel like a lot of things in my life have changed from the day-to-day basis, how I think about things, how I view people, and if you were here a while back, then you heard the video about me talking about what it feels like to have a breakup with a best friend. Well, imagine that breakup times 2 now. Or at least that's what it feels like, And I might be wrong. I might just be self-sabotaging. I don't know if anybody else just does that. You automatically assume the worst is going to happen. You feel like things have changed. And you just go ahead and break that bond before anybody else can hurt you, it's something that I do. Definitely not proud of it because I'm quite certain I've pushed some really good people away completely unintentionally. And I think maybe it's just because of the way I grew up that some of the friends that I made in the town that I lived in and everything like that it was just me already realizing and recognizing the differences between social classes and things like that, economically, fucking racially, all that shit. And a lot of the times, I just took myself out of a friendship or out of a situation or anything like that before it could get to the point where someone else realized that, oh, hey, she's not like me. She doesn't think the same way I do. She has different she's just different, you know? And I always thought that I was like a weird oddball kid. I always felt like I was getting bullied in school, which, again, if you've been here before, you've heard me say, I probably wasn't. If anything, I was probably a bully. And if I was, it was completely unintentional because I felt so alone in high school and everything like that. So, mind you, that's not like an excuse, it's an explanation. And I feel like it's going to be hard for some people to tell the difference between those two things. I'm not here looking for any kind of excuse or sympathy or anything like that. That's definitely not what the fuck this is for. I'm the last fucking person to try and sit here and get some fucking sympathy from somebody who I know who doesn't care. You know? And that's what I feel like it's basically gotten down to. I feel like I've just kind of stopped talking about like all the personal things that I feel like someone just doesn't want to hear, you know? So like that changes friendships. It changes dynamics between me and the relationships that I've had for going on years now, you know? Because when one little minor thing changes in a friendship, it can go either way. It can be blown over and it can just be settled in the dust. You can bury it and it'll be fine. You move over, you move on. Or it just creates a riff and a tear and you just don't have it anymore, you know? And that's a hard fear of mine, is not being able to keep close friendships, not being able to feel the way that I want to feel and being able to express that appropriately, you know? Here I go again with the you know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm annoying, and that's okay. I'm just taking this ever so slightly Olivier foundation, and I've had some stress breakouts, and they are really pissing me off, so I'm just trying to cover up the redness from that. And this like yellowy tone to this really helps that out for me. It really is covering those bags under my eyes nicely. And you know what? I was so proud of myself. I have had a night serum that you're supposed to use like 2 to 3 times a week or something like that. And I haven't been using it. I don't have a routine for my face at night. You know, I just don't. I have one in the morning, like I'll wash my face, do all my 3 different scrubs, conditioners, and then like a brightening mask or something like that. Sorry, I gotta wash my hands. I'm in my bathroom, obviously, so if it's super loud, that's my bad. And the lighting, I know it's not great. If you have a problem with it, just eat a dick. Okay, I'm gonna bounce down real fast. Had to get a rag. And Jace left the evidence of the murder of the cricket from this morning, and I just shut my toilet lid. Not that you could see it, but on the off chance I needed somewhere to sit down, and if I sat down and then I busted my ass, I would just give you more reasons to laugh. Is that what I'm going for? Who knows, right? I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, God. But I don't even remember where the fuck I was at. I don't know. You can feel when things change. And maybe it's not just one single friendship. Actually, I know it's definitely not one single friendship. I feel like it's just spanned all across the people that I came so close with over the past few years. And it's just, people have left, people have moved, you know, on. And of course, you know, it's all just to go on and do bigger and better things, which I am 110% supportive of. It might hurt my feelings. I will go and cry alone and in my people's face, you know, I am there. I am all for you doing great things. I especially don't ever want to feel like I'm a hindrance upon someone's growth. And I think that might be, oops, my fucking palate almost fell. I think that just might be a me thing. I don't know. Because I don't understand how some people have it in their minds. Like, they just get mad and jealous or pissed off at people for leaving or doing things. And, you know, I felt that once. But when I realized, whenever I had that moment of clarification in my own life that, you know, I've got to move on, I got to do better, I've got to be better, I've got things I need to take care of, this isn't the life that I wanted and this isn't the life that I chose, you know. It was, I don't know how it affected other people in my life. I don't, because I couldn't see it from that point of view, but now, me being who I am, me going through the things that I've gone through in this life so far, and, you know, God damn it, I wish I could come up with something else to say other than ya know. But ya know, it's just, it's hard growing up in a world where now everything is okay to be talked about. Everything is okay to be open and just out there and all of that shit. But everybody says it's okay. But how many of you have actually just blurted everything out? My earring got caught to my face. Yes, my foundation. How many of us have actually just said, fuck it, let's face our fears, and let's just tell someone how we feel. Let me tell this person how I feel. Let me tell that person how I feel. Let me just get it all out there. I don't want this weight on my body anymore, and like, you just don't want to feel it. Who does that? Most people go to Facebook, or like, most people will just sit there. They won't even tell you what it's about. They just have started this whole, I'm offended by that. Well, how about you open up your mouth and talk about things beforehand instead of being a dick about it, you know? Have a personal conversation with someone. Don't call somebody out just because you don't like it. Okay? There is always going to be something and things in this world and in this life that we're not going to like. That doesn't mean that other people are going to change their lives and their ways just to format you, just to make you feel happy. Because that's how I was grown up, that's how I was raised, and I'm a better fucking person for it. I don't sit here and expect things just to be given to me because I complain enough for it. Hell no. And if you're going into the workforce with that kind of attitude, or you're going into a job with that attitude, I can tell you right now, you will be gone and you will be done. Unless you're going to be like a fucking camp counselor or some shit like that, and then that's what you're paid for. I don't know. I don't even know how I got there. But, you know, God damn it. I keep doing it and I can't stop it. It just comes out and just, it's word vomit. Try using different words. I don't know what different words to use. We're just gonna contour this bitch up. This is my new Tarte palette. I got it in my Boxy Luxe for the month of September. It is the Tarte. Hold on. Park Avenue Princess. I couldn't read the cursive on there. I was confused for a second. I was like, I don't think that's what it is, but it might be. But that being said, when you have the right group of people and you have people who actually understand you and can listen to the words that you're saying without being offended by them, that's when you found a group of people or a certain specific person that will understand you and accept you for how you are and everything that you are. I have a best friend like that. She's been with me through hell and back, and I'm quite certain I've mentioned her more than enough times in these videos and things like that. But I don't think that I could ever say enough words to actually genuinely express the appreciation that I have for my friends. And growing up and coming from the life that I came from, you know, I constantly felt weird being a Mexican girl that had white girlfriends. And I know that sounds weird, and I know it sounds crazy, but the town that I grew up in really didn't have that many Mexican families, and I never fit in, I don't think, ever at any point in time, because like every other teenager going through high school wanting to find where they belong and like the group of friends that's going to accept them the most, I never knew how I was supposed to be with a certain group of people to be accepted. And I will admit that I was probably that girl in high school that like changed how she looked, how she dressed, like from year to year, because I didn't know what I wanted to be. I didn't know what was really on the inside. I mean, I had no idea. I didn't know what I wanted to be. I didn't know how I wanted to dress. I just knew how everybody else dressed and what everybody else made fun of. If that makes sense, you know? Like, because I was quiet and I listened to everything that anybody said, whether it was to me or not. And I heard how people made fun of other kids. Like, I heard all of it, whether it was directed to me or not. And then whenever I would hear them laugh or say things about someone, and I know that I fit into that same category, I mean, you're making fun of everybody that way, right? So that might be why I felt bullied. That might be why I felt so alone. That is definitely why I felt so weird having white friends, because before we moved to the town that I ended up having to go to high school in and everything like that, it was, the school before that was definitely a racist school. It was just a straight up racist town. I don't know if it's changed. I have like completely avoided ever having to go back into that town my entire life. But I just felt weird, you know. God damn it. There it is again. Take it away. Take it out of my mouth. Just rip it out. Blech. It's gone. It's done. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to say it anymore. It's going to be terrible. It's going to ruin everything. I've already ruined everything. That's fine. I don't even know if I've gotten a point across in any shape, form, or fashion. Just take the time today to say I love you to the friends that you genuinely care about. Think about the people that have been there for you through any and everything. People that have accepted you and seen all the darkest and dirtiest secrets that you have. You've got to appreciate it, and you've got to maintain those friendships, because unfortunately, girls, boys, men, women, we all have an evil bone in our body. Whether or not you succumb to that, and whether or not you actually choose to fall down that road and just fuck people's lives up just because you can, because of a simple bit of information, well, you're a dick. But it's not something to take lightly. Friendships is not something I take lightly. The love that I give and the amount of love and energy that I pour into my friendships, it's the same amount of love and energy that I pour into my children, that I pour into my relationship. These people are going to be important, and I don't ever want the people in my life to change, but they're going to. And it's something that I've had to deal with over the past few months, is just people leaving in all different ways. And they left, and they're gone, and they're not coming back. So what's the point of me sitting here crying, continuously talking about it, and just holding on to all of those emotions? I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like that, because I've been like that, and I was like that for a solid 2 years, just constantly holding on to any and every bad thing that had ever happened to me, using that as a crutch, holding on to it, using it as an explanation as to why I am the way I am. It's not a crutch. It's not a crutch anymore. I don't want to use it as a crutch. I don't want to be that girl who blames any and everything on other people. I'll take a lot of that. A lot of things that have happened, a lot of bad mistakes, a lot of bad choices, they were my choices. And it happened. But let's not live in the past. Let's not stay stuck in those shadows of all those dark, ugly, icky things. Because if you let it and you lay there, it's just going to seep right down into your soul. And I don't want it to seep down into my soul. My soul's been black. I don't want it black anymore. I want it green, bright, beautiful, full of life. That's what I want my aura to be. I don't want to be the person that I was at the beginning of this year. And I don't want to fall back into any old habits that have been there. And I think the thing that's really going to help me with that is continuously doing this, because I only had a few minutes to run back to the house, do a small face before I had to go and wait on people all day long. But maybe, just maybe, this little mini rant attempting at talking and actually like speaking things, maybe it'll help. You know? Yeah, no. Eventually, at some point in time, we're going to do a whole drinking game where every single time that I say, you know, me and somebody else are going to take a shot. Might be James, might be my sister. I don't know. We're going to figure it out, though. Well, if you watch this, if you feel anything, leave a comment, thumbs up it, subscribe, do whatever you wish to do whatever you please, do whatever makes your heart happy. If you got irritated with this video in 5 seconds, that's fine. Be you. Be free. That's what YouTube is on at. You can't even see my eyebrows. Can you see my facial expressions? All right, I'm going to do the rest of this face off camera. So that was all I wanted to say. I don't even know if I said anything just like last time, but I feel better. So thanks.